Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bonny and welcome to Bonny Beauty Hub. Alright, so I have the skin tint over here. So this is from YSL. This is their new YSL Skincare Makeup Hybrid. So this is a bare look tint. So nowhere is it mentioned it's a foundation. So it is like a tinted moisturizer. I have it in the shade NU13. The packaging, the outer packaging is very simple. It doesn't look like a YSL packaging because normally with YSL they have some sort of gold in it, but this doesn't have any gold outlines or gold words, nothing as such. And it is a very simple packaging compared to all their luxury packaging that they have, but still the price is high. It is still $38. They haven't spent a lot on packaging. At least we pay more for the name of the brand, right? So they could have done a little bit more with the packaging, but it is an easy squeeze tube, so it is easy to wear it, but it doesn't have a bougie look because you always pay that extra money for the presentation as well. So this is a very simple packaging, so I would say like a 6.5 out of 10 just for the packaging, because they take the bougie money but they don't give the bougie packaging. So alright, so right now I've done my skincare nearly 1 hour back. I have used the YSL Touche Éclat, the primer, and I've used my color corrector. Okay, so the tip is like this. So because it has such a tiny tip, you can either directly use it on your skin, but I want to see how the viscosity of the product is. Alright, for a tinted moisturizer, I feel the viscosity is slightly thick, but let me see if it feels thick as well. No, I've just taken a little bit. It feels very hydrating. It feels just like water. Wow, I love the texture. It feels just like water, and look how it blended, and I think I've found the perfect color for me. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, let me put my hair back first. Because the viscosity is heavy, because it is thick, I think I can try this with a sponge as well, but it depends on how much pigmentation this gives. So I'm going to first try on one side of my face. I am loving the skin match, the tone match. It is beautiful. So I'm just going overboard because I know it's just a skin tint. Alright, so for this side, I'm going to go with a foundation brush. So I'm going to use the Morphe E63. So this is like a foundation brush, but it's in the shape of a paddle, and it's really nice. So can you see the difference? So this side is the one with the tint and this side is without. So this gives you a little bit of radiance. I love the radiance that it's given me. Instead of peeking here all the time, let me just take my hand mirror. Alright, so this definitely gives a radiant finish, as they call it. It's a radiant finish skin tint. It gives me a little bit of coverage as well, so I would say light to medium coverage, and this is just one coat. So this looks exact matching to my skin tone, and it is beautiful. I love the way it is matching, and I would lighten my skin by just putting my concealer. So that would brighten my face a little bit, but otherwise I feel this is a beautiful match. It looks just like skin. It is not something that you can identify, like someone, if they're coming super close to your face and they're talking to you, they would never know that you're wearing something like a foundation or a skin tint. So that is beautiful. So this side, I like it. So let's try the next side with a sponge. I have my damp sponge. I'm just taking the same amount that I took before for this side. I'm gonna dab it. I've used the skin tint all over the other side of my face, but still there is so much left. So let's see how it blends with the sponge. Alright, so with a sponge and a brush, it is the amount of time it's taking to blend is the same, because it's hardly taking 30 to 40 seconds to blend it out. However, with a sponge, it blends it to a very light coverage. It gives a very sheer coverage on this side. If you can see a little bit of my scars over here, but on this side you cannot see a lot of my scars. So with the brush, it gives you a little bit more coverage, and with the sponge, it gives you a very, very sheer coverage. So if you have the perfect glowy skin that you don't have any imperfections, no hyperpigmentation, you can go with the sponge. But otherwise, this is a product that I would suggest you to use it with a brush. You can use a buffing brush or a stippling brush. Both would work really good, or your fingers. So this is another texture that would work really well with your fingers, because when you rub it with your fingers, it just feels like water. It is so weird. So I'm going to take the remaining that is left on my arm. I'm going to take it, I'm going to use it with my brush all over my face as a second layer. Wow. This is super glowy. So I did take a little bit more, because for the other side where I used the sponge, there was not enough foundation or the skin tint. I would keep calling it a foundation, but just by default, you know that I'm talking about the skin tint. Alright, so just because I had a very less amount on the other side, I took a little bit more and then did a second layer. The first layer was more than enough for me. That glow was enough, but this is giving me even more glow. But I am going to do my concealer, all the full shebang. I'll try to work with cream products and powder products. Let me tell you what the time is right now. The time is 10:27 in the mornings. So I am going to wear this for 8 hours. Alright, so let me just finish up my makeup, my full face of makeup, and I'll be right back and we'll talk a little bit more about the skin tint. Alright, so I am back with my full face of makeup. So first let me tell you this. I did use a powder to set my entire face. So I did use the One Size Beauty. This is the powder that I used to set my under eye. I used this all over my face because it was a little bit more. It was a little bit too dewy for my taste, because it had a little bit of stickiness to it. So even my hair was sticking to my face as and when I was doing the makeup. Cream products blended so beautifully on this, but powder products get a little bit patchy because of the sticky feel that it has. So what I did was I set my full face, and I did use cream product first to see how it works, but then I set my full face and then I used powder products. So yeah, if you have really dry skin, this is beautiful. This is amazing. I've read reviews that it's been amazing for oily skin as well. So for me, it is too early to judge whether I like it or not. I did not like the sticky feel, and that is why I set it with powder, but we would wait and watch how it lasts for the entire day. So they say this is a lightweight skin tint with buildable coverage for a fresh, dewy complexion. If you remember, on this side, we didn't have a lot of coverage because I used a sponge. But then when I layered it again with a brush, it did cover up my acne scars. So I would say yes, it is buildable coverage, but I would also say it is light to medium. It doesn't give you full coverage. This does have a radiant finish, a beautiful radiant finish. It looks amazing. I have set it. What is this on my skin? I have set it with a powder, and that is why I've used a highlighter. But if you don't set it with a powder, it would look beautiful without a highlighter as well, because that is how dewy the look was. This texture, as I told you before, it has a very watery texture, and that is called the water cream texture. It is a cream formulation, but it feels like water, and you would believe it only when you feel the texture by yourself. It absolutely was feeling that I'm rubbing in water into my skin. So it was so lightweighted. I could feel it so well. After it blended in my skin at the end, that is when it felt, I could feel the tacky feel. But as and when I was blending it into my skin, or the first time I was touching it, I felt it was just like water. It has a very water cream texture to it. This does have glycerine and hyaluronic acid. Both of them are hydrating agents. Hyaluronic acid, amazing. Glycerine, I like glycerine because I feel along with hydration, it also helps in brightening your skin a little bit. So I like both these ingredients. And then it has an ingredient called brightening mallow. So this is an ingredient that helps with soothing and also brightening your skin. So that is why they say that this is a makeup along with skincare ingredients. And now if there is a makeup that doesn't have skincare in it, then it's a problem, because nowadays you see for the past 7 months, the makeup that I've bought, all makeups have skincare ingredients in it. So that is the market that we are seeing right now. So along with makeup, they are targeting a lot on the skincare as well, so which is amazing. And a lot of the brands, they are also focusing more on the packaging to be more economic and to be more eco-friendly. So this is also, the tube is made out of 30% recycled plastic, and even this the box that it comes with, it is recyclable. So yeah, they need to work towards 100%, but yes, they are working towards it. So there are a lot of good things that the brand are doing. So YSL is not shying behind, they are also working towards it. So I'm not sure if this is clean, but it does not have parabens, no talc, no mineral oils, no BHT, and no animal derived ingredients. So it's not, I'm not sure if it's clean, but yeah, it doesn't have a lot of chemicals in it, and it does have skincare as well. So I am going to wear this for 8 hours today. It is summer, it is around 85 degrees today. I will be going out, and it says it gives 24 hours hydration. So I love anything that gives me hydration and brightening effect to my skin. I love it. So yeah, as of now, I love the way it looks. It is not emphasizing any of my textures and pores, and in fact, it is smoothing my skin out. So it's not that this is just showing your bare skin. So this is evening your skin a little bit better, because I do have pores and textures over here. So it has completely cleaned up my pores or smoothed out my pores, and the texture is not emphasizing. Though I've used cream product and powder product, it is not emphasizing any of the texture, because the base itself has just smoothed out my skin. So yeah, so far I love the way it is looking. I hope it lasts the same the entire day long. So before I take off my makeup, I'll come back and we'll talk more about this. I'm back. All right, let me show you the time first. It is 6:39. All right, so yeah, it's 8 hours now. All right, what do you think? Let me show you a close-up of my skin. Right, what do you think? Just pause the video, go down and let me know what you think about it. I would love to read your review first, and then I'll tell you mine. Are you done? I love it. I love the way it is looking. So I know you can see a little bit of glow on my skin, and that is just this area over here. This is my highlighter, the nose. And this area, this is the only area it's slightly oily, and that is a very healthy glow. It's not a greasy glow, it is a very healthy glow that I can see. Even without a touch-up, I can go ahead at least for 2 more hours. This is how I wear it, because I always like to have this healthy glow. But if you want to touch up, I just have my sponge that I used in the morning. We will do the touch-up test as well. But otherwise, right now for 8 hours, I haven't done any touch-up, and I am loving the way it looks. I still feel the skin tint, it is oxidizing ever so slightly, a little bit. It has oxidized. It's not visible, but just for me, because I know how my skin looks when I wear a skin tint or a foundation, and I know how it looked the first time I wore it. So this is not the color normally I see my skin on when I wear a skin tint or a foundation, and I know that because the first thing when I wore it this morning, I was telling how impressed I was with the skin tone, how impressed I was with the color. Now I feel it gives me a little bit of the olive tone. It's bringing out a little bit of green tone into it. So yeah, I think somewhere the tone is slightly changing on my skin. It may be because of my pH level, I'm not sure, but yeah, ever so slightly. My pores are completely smooth. My pores are not peeking through. My texture is not peeking through. It is still giving me a very radiant look, but not greasy. Right, that makes a lot of difference. So when I did read the reviews where people said I have oily skin and it still works amazing for me, and I totally agree. I have oily combination skin, and it is working amazing for my skin. I personally like this amount of oiliness coming through, because I feel that gives me a more natural, a more healthy glow. But if you don't like that, you can also touch up. So let's do the touch-up test. So this side, see, we have a little bit of oil. It's gone. And you can see this glow stays in the skin, because that is the glow from the skin tint itself. that is not the oiliness coming through. So see the difference on this side and this side. So this side is completely changed because we touched up, and here we have the glow. So let's touch it up. Now look at my skin. It looks the way it exactly looked this morning. I am completely blown away by this. If I touch my skin, I still feel that I have something on my skin because it has the, I don't want to say tackiness because I don't want to scare you by saying it is tacky. It was very tacky in the beginning when I applied, but right now when I touch my skin, it has that feel where I know that there is something on my skin, but it's not too oily or it is not sticky. It's a very different feeling, but I'll just tell you that it is nothing to be scared of. It's just that you can feel it on your skin, but it doesn't move, it doesn't crease, it doesn't sit on any of your fine lines or wrinkles. So it is beautiful. I love the way it looks. I have a lot of skin tints now, so I'm not sure, do you want me to do a battles of the skin tint? I have tried out so many eyebrow products, so I'm also thinking about doing a battle of the eyebrows, because they come out with so many products and I try out so many products and I feel that, oh my god, I review everyone individually, but there are so many skin tint that I want to tell you which works better and what has what type of formulation and which type works better for which skin tone or skin texture. So there's a lot I want to talk about, but I'm not sure if you will be interested in such a video. If you're interested, let me know in the comment section below, and I would love to do such a video where we do a battle of the foundations or a battle of the skin tints for sensitive skin and oily skin. Another added bonus. Alright, so enough of my yapping. I've been speaking for a long time because I'm excited. There is something else that happened in my personal life today which I'm super duper excited. So I was hugging my son and my husband, and it did not transfer on their shirts as well. So yeah, a total thumbs up from my side. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It will mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.